Does this budget include initial and recurring funds for new charter schools in Norwalk and New Haven? Through you.
Representative Walker.
Through you, Madam Speaker, that yes, it does.
Representative Chaleski.
Thank you. And does this budget include recurring or increased funds for existing charters in Bridgeport, Hartford, New Haven, Waterbury, Winstead, Norwich, New London, West Manchester, Stamford, and Norwalk? Through you.
Representative Walker.
Through you, Madam Speaker, yes, it covers the other 11,000 students.
Representative Chaleski.
Thank you. And does this budget include funds to the approved Danbury Charter School? Through you.
Representative Walker.
I'm afraid not.
Here we are again, a different point in the process where Danbury is left out and other charter schools are left in the budget. Danbury's charter was approved after the same rigorous process that all other cities have opened their charters. A 700-page application submitted to the State Board of Education. Having been through the charter application process, having seen it myself, I can tell you that it is thorough and includes several opportunities for local community stakeholders to be heard. The application would not have been approved if it didn't happen, one, and two, the community didn't show overwhelming support. But it did. Our community wants this, and there is definitely a need for it. Our student enrollment grows exponentially each year. We continue to outpace our enrollment projections. These projections hinder our ability to provide enough space for our students, as we can only build and be reimbursed by the state according to those projections. Those projections include rising high level of high-need students. And COVID has only intensified the needs of our students. Almost half of our student population are from economically disadvantaged households, and over a third are English learners. That is triple the amount from a decade ago. Some may argue it is a lack of funding that has brought us to this place, and admittedly, in years past, our city and state have fallen short in terms of funding Danbury Public Schools. Our current mayor and new administration has made huge headway and fiscal commitments to our schools since he took office just a few years ago. However, in order to make a real difference in the lives of students, I believe that cannot be achieved by simply pouring more money into the same big student, as one size does not fit all. Every student deserves to be educated in an environment that best suits them. The traditional schools do not lose money should a student attend a charter school, just as they don't lose money when a student attends a VOAG or a technical high school or a private school. The price doesn't go up to educate these students. The cost is less for our district. We love to toss the word equity around when it is convenient. There was even a bill this session titled "An Act Concerning Equity in Education." This is an equity issue. Because charters exist in all of those other cities, the Bridgeport, Hartford, New Haven, Waterbury, Winstead, Norwich, New London, West Manchester, Stamford, and Norwalk. And Danbury, the 7th largest city in the state, is the only large city to not have a charter school. This amendment merely mirrors the other two charters in the budget, funding them at $200,000 the first year and about 1.3 the second year of the biennium. While I understand the other two charters may not be ready to open up their schools, Danbury is. We could open up tomorrow if we were given the green light. But I simply ask for the same amount, the same structure that these other charters are offered. within the over 50 billion biennium budget. We're just asking for a mere 200,000 in the first year, and again, 1.3 in the second year. With this, opens the door to tens of millions of education funding from other sources that can only be tapped into by this school of choice. On the Appropriations Committee, I appreciate my colleagues who expressed their support for charters and even the Danbury charter, but could not vote in support of my previous amendment in committee because of the point in time of the process that we're in, and because it was a Republican amendment. I'm asking and I'm begging for my colleagues here today to please put politics aside and show our community, not just through your words, but through your actions, that you support our students and our families.
Through you, Madam Speaker, this charter school in Danbury, it is shovel-ready and ready to roll. Is that correct, through you?
Representative Chaleski.
That's correct, through you.
Representative Case.
And through you, Madam Speaker, there are 2 other schools budgeted or funded throughout this budget that aren't ready, shovel-ready, and ready to roll and have student center. Is that correct, through you?
Representative Chaleski.
That's correct, through you.
Representative Case.
And in this state, we look to fund so many things when there's shovel-ready. We have a project where students can actually be ready to go to school as soon as they can get the funding and go. Instead, we have 2 other schools that will have their charter, but they're not ready to roll. The good speaker and I have a charter school in the community that I represent, and students from our community that we share go there. It's one of the best things that's happened to our area. It's brought many students together. Not only brought students together, it brought families together. Things that we could do that we never thought we could do with just thinking outside the box with a charter school. I am complete support with the charter schools. I thank the good proponent for bringing this amendment out. And shame on us for funding 2 schools that aren't ready to go and not funding one that is ready to go. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Representative. Representative Callahan.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise in strong support of this amendment. For years, we've been visiting and talking to this charter school, and as the good representative who introduced the amendment mentioned, it's ready to go, their students ready to go, their families are ready to embrace this new school, and for some reason, they continue to be skipped over. And it makes you wonder why. Let's stop wondering why tonight. Let's give them the go-ahead to get students enrolled in the school and open the floodgates for private funding that they can get. And it's up to this body to see through this shadow of passing over this school and allow it to flourish. So I strongly support my good colleague to the right and the proponent of the amendment, and support the kids of Danbury who deserve this choice.
Will the clerk please announce the tally?
House Amendment Schedule C, total number voting 150, necessary for adoption 76, those voting A 69, those voting nay 81, absent not voting 1.
The amendment fails.